Okay, welcome back to the show. I have a great guest with me today and I have the pleasure of speaking with Jeff Lang, who is a multi-award winning Australian guitarist, songwriter, vocalist and music producer. Jeff has won 3 ARIA Awards, had 10 ARIA Award nominations and has also won an APRA Award. So Jeff, welcome to the show. Thank you for taking the time.
No, man, it's good to be talking with you.
Thank you so much. Jeff, today, congratulations. You've got the new album out called More Life and also the new single, Oh My Annabelle, which you have released today on the 4th of October.
Yeah, man, it's been a while coming, this album, so I'm really, pleased and relieved to get it out.
Yeah, and the album itself, Jeff, you've been, in the industry for a while and, you're a very well-known artist and in Australia and overseas as well. So what was the motivation behind this particular album that you've released today?
Well, I wanted to do an album of collaborations with a bunch of different people and to basically write a song each with a bunch of people who I love their writing, but I'm also a fan of their, their musical abilities, their performances as well. So, just a big fan of them as artists, complete. And so the idea was to write a song with each of them and then duet on the song for the recording. So, write a song with Don Walker and both sing together with Liz Stringer, Suzannah Espie, etc. So that was the plan, basically.
Fantastic. And I have to say, we'll be playing the Oh My Annabelle track that you've recorded with, I think it's Fitz and Cara Robinson. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I wrote that song with Cara and they frequently have stayed at my wife and I's house when they're on tour down in Victoria. And so, Cara and I wrote a song together and when they were down on tour, we recorded it.
Fantastic. And Jeff, you mentioned are you from Victoria itself? What part of Victoria are you from?
I live in Melbourne.
Mm-hmm, in Melbourne, yeah. For our listeners, we have some listeners overseas as well. So Melbourne is in Victoria, another state of Australia. So you play, various types of guitar, and you play a banjo, mandolin, drums. There's so many instruments.
Well, I'm not a great drummer. I can kind of get by on a few things. I don't go and gig on drums, but I'm good with most plucked stringed instruments. I can get something out of them. So on the new album, there's a little bit of mandolin. There's a couple of songs that feature the Irish bouzouki, and there's lap steel on some, regular guitar, both electric and acoustic on others. A bit of bottleneck slide guitar as well. Yeah, that's the general field that I operate in.
Fantastic. And you have you're a music producer as well, with your own studio producing for other artists. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I like to. I've always been interested in recording and the process of recording, and I've just accumulated gear over the years, and finally, about 15 years ago, put it together to help some other people, get a good sounding result for not too much money. So that's what I do when I'm in between touring and not working on my own music, is working on other people's, either engineering their records for them or producing them and engineering them. So it's a good fun way of staying involved.
Yeah. And Jeff, Teddy, have you found that it's the whole technology change been a hindrance, or it's assisted in producing music these days?
Well, my own process isn't too tied to the technology. I do sometimes use, record into a digital audio workstation, but I'm still mixing through a desk and through outboard gear. So, I mean, I'm across some of the latest technology, but, I don't bother with a lot of things. I mean, the setup I've got, it probably has, it would have, sorts of things that people use like auto-tune and, grid editing and things like that, but I just don't bother. It's not the sort of thing that I'm into, so I haven't really bothered to go there.
Yeah, no, because I talk to a lot of artists and they're sort of juggling it as well, the two different approaches. But we did mention that you're a very experienced singer, producer, writer, etc. And you've released 27 albums, 17 studio albums, 1 soundtrack, 7 live albums, and 2 compilation albums. So you've been busy, Jeff.
Yeah, it is supposed to be quality, not quantity at the end of the day. But yeah, I like to stay busy. I like to do things. I like to create stuff. So it's yeah. I don't really have any laurels to rest on, so I just keep going.
Yeah. So you obviously do it for the love of the music. So I wanted to ask you the soundtrack that you did. What was that for? Was it for a movie or a show?
That was a TV series, The Gods of Wheat Street,
Right.
set in the northern rivers of New South Wales, and a sort of a story around an Indigenous family. Mm-hmm. And it was great fun working on that. I'd like to do more of that sort of thing. Just things come when they come. But yeah, that was enjoyable.
Fantastic. And I'd like to ask you, you've also won what they call an AIR award for Best Independent Blues Roots Album for Shimerador. Is that right?
Okay, yeah, that's the name. Yeah, Shimerador.
Shimerador.
Yeah.
And what's that about? What's that award about? What?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I think it's kind of like the ARIA Awards. I mean, those sort of things are a nice gesture. Basically, people saying we think you've done good work. So the AIR is the Australian Independent Radio sort of network. Yeah. So yeah. Look, it's just a nice gesture from people saying, at that whatever year that was, 2009 or something, we think you made a good record. We think you're doing good work. That's basically what it is. So, it doesn't change your world in the sort of day to day, but it's a nice feeling to know that people rate what you do.
Yeah, it's a nice recognition. It's to see other people say that for you. But Jeff, before we let you go, this particular album's released today, like I said, 4th of October. And is it available on all the streaming platforms or just your Bandcamp URL?
It is available on all of the platforms, but of course, there's nothing like the real thing, and it's available as in physical form as a compact disc, but it's also available on a double LP with gatefold sleeve and great cover art by Jim Woodring. You can only the LP is the best way to experience the whole thing, but it is still, people can hear it in the ways that they do usually for most things. So it's available all over the place.
Fantastic. So they can go to jefflang.bandcamp.com.
Yes, and you can get you can purchase the physical. There's a merch tab on there, and people can. There's multicolour options for the LP, so they can take their pick. And or the CD is there as well.
Fantastic. Jeff, once again, thank you so much for joining me on the show. As I said, we've played Oh My Annabelle on the radio. A great response. It's a great track, and I'm looking forward to playing more of the tracks on the album, More Life. And really appreciate you joining. Hopefully we can chat again soon, Jeff.
Look forward to it.
Thank you so much. You have a great day.
You too. Hey, good on you, mate.
Cheers, mate.